Everybody. By everybody, I'm referring to those four subscribers from my last video. But hi. As you can see from my video, this video is about my Christ exam and interview experience. So this is just to help aspirants next year and so forth. So most of the videos I watched were all from the COVID era, so this is after that. So I had an in-person interview and then an in-person exam. I mean, it was still online, but we had to go there and then give the exam. So starting with the CET, or the Christ entrance exam, firstly, the math part of it was super easy. It's very basic. It's just basic math. We had two LCM questions, two HCF questions, simple interest, maybe a compound interest. Important sections to focus on is definitely the fundamental accounting section for those who haven't taken accounting. So I personally didn't study accounting, so this was definitely a bit challenging for me because I studied the basics and went, but I didn't know how to do the calculations. So make sure you study that. However, if you studied accounting, then this should be easy for you as well. The English part was pretty easy as well. It was a comprehension. There was some vocabulary questions, idioms, so make sure you brush up on those. Most challenging part of the exam, I'd say, was the general knowledge part. So if you're not updated with the news, you're kind of not gonna do well in that section. Make sure you read up on all the important dates and the themes and the resignations, the positions, new prime ministers, appointed positions, all of the things like that, all general knowledge. This usually weighs from the last 6 to 8 months. So even if you're not reading the news from the last 6 to 8 months, just go through all the important dates from all of them, go through the appointments, resignations, all of that, okay? So I think that's it for the Christ entrance exams. Moving on to the interview. So it's not like if you do well in the exam, then you get to score an interview. It's a whole process. You have to do the exam and then you have the interview despite your results. So even if you didn't do that well in your exam, you still have time to make up for it in the interview as well. Firstly, I would say that you decide the direction of the interview, okay? This is an extremely important point and I personally experienced it. So I'd say, okay, keep a USP to yourself, okay? USP stands for unique selling point, but it's something that differentiates you, okay? So for me, I kept mine as research. He's a person who's done a lot of research. I've written a lot of research reports and I had this subject as well. So I kept that as my USP, and that's kind of where the direction of the interview went. So in your introduction, mention your favorite subject, your extracurriculars, anything you'd want them to know about you, mention all of that. And then from there, if you don't mention your favorite subject and stuff, they usually ask you oh, what's your favorite subject, or what are your strong points, or what is a topic that you like. Or for one of my friends, they asked a topic or subject that they disliked and then asked questions from that. Whatever you say whatever you know, okay? Be honest, be truthful, don't say anything, don't make up lies. You're gonna get caught up, you're gonna get stuck. So for me, they asked, so I mentioned how I like research and business and all of that, and then they asked me what a pilot study was and how is it conducted, and then it went on to data sampling and how research is collected, and then they asked me, oh, you take economics, right? So they asked me some basics on economics, like price elasticity and difference between nominal and real GDP, and that's it. And then they looked at my application when I submitted first, and I had digital media marketing mentioned in that. So they asked me about that. They're like, okay, in this application that you've sent in, it's written that you've done digital media marketing. Can you explain more about that? So I was able to do that. I've done internships on it and I have some projects ongoing about it. So I talked about that. So know everything that you've written in your application, and then decide something that decide a topic where you want to lead the interview in. So whatever you say, they start asking questions based on that. And then at the end of all of that, I had my micro presentation, which was based on social media and how can one conduct data research based on social media, and is it possible? So as you can see, it was based on my answers previously. Now I don't think this is the case for everybody. So one of my friends, she said marketing was her strong point, and then they quizzed her a bit on marketing, even things like who's the father of this law or something like that, okay? And then the 4 Ps, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, all of that. Have that brushed up. Whatever you're strong at, whatever your subjects are, they'll ask you from that. In case you do not know something, don't spend too much time thinking about it. Definitely don't do that. You don't know something, maybe take 5 to 10 seconds maximum, and then say like, okay, I don't know this, I'm gonna make sure to go back, read it up and learn about it, but at the current moment I don't know this. Okay, so be frank, don't make up an answer, it makes you look stupid blatantly. That's it. And yeah, you might be super nervous, but honestly just keep your cool. And it also helps if you talk to a few people before your interview and just connect, so that you get a little pointers right after. So these are the main points that I can cover, and this was my experience and a few basic points for Christ. If you have any other recommendations, please let me know. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye.